In today's global political landscape, we find ourselves at the precipice of a significant breakthrough in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The current situation is tense, but with an air of expectancy. Top Trump administration officials, including National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, are gearing up for an important meeting with senior Russian officials. These talks, set to take place in the neutral grounds of Saudi Arabia, symbolize a crucial step towards peace. President Trump has not only expressed his commitment to resolving this conflict, but has also hinted at a potential face-to-face with Russian President Putin. As we look to the future, the upcoming peace talks stand as a beacon of hope for a resolution to this ongoing conflict. To fully understand the importance of these talks, we need to journey back to the beginning of this conflict. The genesis of the Russia-Ukraine conflict can be traced back to Ukraine's shift towards the West, a move that didn't sit well with Russia. This shift instigated a power struggle between the two nations, with Russia asserting its influence on the Crimean Peninsula, leading to its controversial annexation. The annexation, in turn, triggered a series of events that ignited a full-scale war in eastern Ukraine. This conflict has not been a solitary affair. It has drawn in various global powers, each with their own vested interests. The United States, for instance, has been a staunch supporter of Ukraine, imposing sanctions on Russia to discourage further aggression. On the other hand, Russia has been unyielding, refusing to relinquish its control over the contested territories. Over the years, there have been several attempts to resolve the conflict, but these have often ended in stalemate. The peace agreements have failed to yield any lasting solutions, with both sides blaming the other for the recurring violence. Fast forward to today, and the conflict has escalated to a point where peace talks are not just desirable but necessary. Now, with the stage set for negotiations, we stand on the brink of a potentially historic moment. A symphony of diplomacy is about to unfold. The key players, top Trump administration officials, including National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff, are gearing up to meet their Russian counterparts in Saudi Arabia. The objective? To begin talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. This diplomatic dance is complex. It isn't a simple tête-à-tête between two nations. Instead, it's a multifaceted conversation with separate tracks for Russian and Ukrainian discussions. European involvement, however, is expected to be limited. Why, you ask? Past failures in peace agreements have necessitated a fresh approach. The US envoy for Russia-Ukraine affairs, Keith Kellogg, has made it clear. It's high time for Russia to make concessions. After all, peace in Ukraine cannot be achieved without changes in territorial matters and the use of force. The US, on its part, is not just relying on diplomacy, it's playing hardball, planning to pressure Russia by disrupting alliances and imposing stricter sanctions. President Trump's commitment to resolving the conflict and his potential meeting with Russian President Putin adds another layer to this intricate negotiation. Only time will reveal the outcome of these talks, but one thing is certain: the significance of these negotiations cannot be understated. For the people of Ukraine and Russia, and indeed for the world, the hope for peace hangs in the balance.